Greetings and salutations, folks, and welcome back to the Pandora Directive, where last time we narrowly escaped the clutches of death in the hands of the NSA and the villainous Jackson Cross, and then finally met said beautiful woman who was apparently Thomas Malloy's daughter, going by Reagan Madsen, who we can now call at our leisure. But actually, let's first talk to Gordon Fitzpatrick, see what he knows about her. And also, now that I know about the box, that changes things.
Hello, Mr. Murphy. How goes the investigation?
It's coming along, but I still need to get a few more details from you.
Please, I am at your disposal.
Alright, let's ask about Reagan Madsen.
Thomas had a daughter named Regan. She was very young when I knew her in China. I can't say that this Regan Madsen is Thomas's daughter.
PB meter 3887412.
I can't help you with that. Intriguing. If you find this puzzle box, I'd like to have a look at it.
Okay, so it doesn't actually change much. Okay. Let us dial Lucia Purnell. Maybe she knows the...
This is Lucia Purnell. I'm not at my desk right now, but if you leave your name and vid phone number, maybe I'll get back to you.
Reagan?
Looks like Regan isn't home right now. I'll have to try later.
Maybe Mac Malden knows about post office?
What can I do for you, Murphy?
Yeah, I came all this way just to ask you about...
That's the code for the post office in the Mission District.
Oh, okay.
I land my speeder outside the post office Mac referred me to. The counter help fails to live up to its name, but a professional loiterer working outside seems to recognize Malloy in the photo. For half a pack of smokes, he suggests I check out several boarding houses in the area. After pounding the pavement for over an hour, I arrive at a quaint brownstone called the Garden House.
Yeah, the Garden House. Let's save our game. The Garden House. We are going to meet a very sweet old lady who we're going to try to con our way past.
Hello there. What can I do for you?
She got to the door pretty quick-like, which means either she's pretty spry for an old lady, or, let's go with the little white lie.
I'm looking for my Uncle Thomas. You see, we lost him last week.
I'm so sorry.
No, I mean, we literally lost him.
No. What I mean is, we actually lost him. As in, we can't find him.
You say his name is Thomas? No, there's no one by the name of Thomas staying here.
He might have been going by the name of Tyson Matthews.
He might be using the name Tyson Matthews.
Oh, heavens, yes. He moved in last week. Such a nice man.
Impatient and enough already both sound exactly the same.
Well, I know he seems very nice, but he's really a sick man. You know, nuts.
He's
got
a
a terrible
sick
case
man.
of Murphy Bar syndrome.
My goodness, he seems so lucid.
Do I delineate the symptoms? Yeah, he does seem lucid at times.
Yes, that's the scary part.
I'm so sorry.
Insensitivity, get up on a pedestal. Let's break down with grief.
No, it's just so hard to see Uncle Thomas turning into a horrible zombie of a man.
Monsieur, my nephew. Your uncle's not in right now, but I'll let you into his room. You can wait for him up there. Okie dokie?
Okay, I'll deal with it somehow. We're gonna get Uncle Thomas cured of his Murphy bar syndrome any day now. But first, what is this art on the wall? What is this book over here? What has he been reading?
A book of puzzles. Maybe it has some word searches in it. I love word searches.
I do appreciate word searches more than I enjoy crossword puzzles.
A collection of the Bay City Mirror's daily anagram puzzles. If I ever really get stuck on an anagram, at least I've got a connection at the newspaper.
Hmm.
Well, the lights keep this room nicely lit.
Good job for the lights.
I hope whoever took these photos hasn't given up their day job.
Alright. Anything underneath the bed? Anything in this other corner of the room that I haven't looked at, like this desk?
Nice painting, if you go for dull landscapes.
Ah, that's a nice painting if you're boring.
A solid maple roll-top desk. I'd kill for a desk like this. Well, maybe I just maimed somebody.
Would you kill a man for a Klondike bar?
Looks like a business card.
Everlock titanium safe.
Cosmic Connection magazine. I seem to remember Fitzpatrick saying something about this. I remember Fitzpatrick telling me about the Cosmic Connection magazine. Looks like a sci-fi rag to me.
A magazine with its head in the stars. Get in touch with the alien inside you.
A solid.
Let's see. Anything in here? Oh,
It's an envelope addressed to someone named Elijah Witt.
oh, a CD. I have something to play that far-fetched technology.
Nice fireplace. All I need now is a stack of wood and Jane Mansfield.
Why do you want to burn Jane Mansfield?
It's all locked up. Well, that won't work.
I'm thinking I might have to come back for this one. I have a CD, so I could take that back to the office. And examine that. But otherwise, I think I might be done here for the moment.
Well, this bedspread's the most startling thing in the whole room.
Alright, well, let us travel back to Tex's office. Specifically to his computer room. And let's see what's on this disc that Thomas Malloy set aside for the Elijah Witt. Who would have expected that to not be the security code? Huh.
I remember Fitzpatrick telling
Okay. Do I have what I need to get that security code? I don't know. Okay, so I don't necessarily feel too bad for my reasoning for being unsure as to what I'm supposed to do next. First, let's actually call nobody. Let's travel to... Because I don't actually have Chelsea's number. Supposedly I'm able to do that. Oh, well, it's not there. Let's go to the garden house again. Yep. And by returning to the garden house, his jeans have appeared.
This pair of jeans wasn't here before. I guess Malloy must have come back and then left again.
A rental receipt
This warehouse
for...
address is 54 Front Street. That's in the
Oh.
waterfront area.
I forgot that this happens as quickly as it does. Let's go to 54. Let's go to the waterfront warehouse.
Dr. Thomas Malloy, I presume.
You're NSA, aren't you?
No, sir, I'm not NSA. My name's Tex Murphy, and I'm a private investigator. I was hired by a friend of yours.
I don't have any friends, Mr. Murphy.
Well, what about Gordon Fitzpatrick?
Fitz. Good old Fitz. I wonder why he sent you after me.
You all right?
Give me some water, will you? Thanks. I've led an excessive life, and I'm afraid the bill is coming due.
That is a good line.
Now listen, Murphy. What I'm going to tell you could help Fitzpatrick continue my work. The only catch is I'll put you in the same danger I'm in.
Well, danger is like Jell-O.
Don't let that stop you. Danger's a little like Jell-O. Always room for a little more.
Ever hear of Project Blue Book?
Sounds familiar.
Have you ever heard of Roswell?
Yeah. About 100 years ago, there was an apparent UFO crash, and the government came out and said it was just a weather balloon.
A weather balloon? It was no damn weather balloon. It was a spacecraft. The Roswell incident was the greatest disinformation campaign of all time.
So what was the connection between Roswell and Project Blue Book?
Well, Roswell is where Project Blue Book became Project Blueprint. Now, you probably never heard about it, seeing as how you're still alive.
Why do I have the feeling you're about to lower my odds in that department? Do you mind?
As he's tapping a
In
cigarette against a
1947,
flammable
an
barrel.
alien spacecraft crashed in the desert outside Roswell, New Mexico. The wreckage was taken to the Air Force Base nearby for testing. And of course, they were looking for weapons.
Sounds like the military hasn't changed too much. If you don't mind me asking, Doctor, how do you fit into all of this?
In 1984, I came on board Project Blueprint. My job was to carry on the work of deciphering the hieroglyphics found in the spacecraft. Anyway, in early 1996, word of a breakthrough spread throughout the complex. Now, apparently someone had discovered that one of the alien instruments could generate minute quantities of anti-hydrogen. The big boys in Washington were ecstatic. Now, if you remember, the desert standoff was in effect, and we were looking for a technological edge over the Middle East bloc.
Oh
Now,
yeah,
we had it
I
in
definitely
the
remember
palm
these
of our
things.
hands. But unfortunately, as you know, things went very wrong.
That's the understatement of the century.
Well, the military was in such a hurry, they didn't take time to do any testing. Instead, they started a political incident, then proceeded to bomb the hell out of the Middle East.
Greatest snafu in history.
Now, after the war, I left the
So basically, the
military,
future
but I
isn't necessarily
managed
that different
to
from the past.
smuggle out all my notes and other important items from Roswell.
What is it said about those who do not know history are doomed to repeat it?
Okay, Malloy, don't move! I said freeze! Don't be stupid. Put it down! Look, I'm supposed to bring you back alive, not in a body bag. Think so. No! Back off. Back off!
Notice how the other guy doesn't get any lines.
My orders were to bring in Malloy alive. But I guess that doesn't apply to you, does it?
Oh, in that case. Do you mind?
That is some quite flammable substance. But, for certain, Thomas Malloy has been found. Thomas Malloy is dead. The Pandora device.
I'd found Malloy just in time to watch him take a bullet. I wasn't sure whether that qualified as solving the case or not. Either way, I had to tell Fitzpatrick the bad news. He comes by my office, and I fill him in on what's happened. Second agent opened fired.
No!
Killed him. I barely got out of it alive. So
Then
for the
I
next
flicked
few
a
minutes,
cigarette,
I relate the events that
caused
led
an
up to finding
explosion,
Malloy.
probably
But it's clear
incinerated
that his death
Malloy's
is only part
body.
of the reason for Fitzpatrick's reaction. He's been withholding information from me since the beginning. Now it's time to find out what he knows about Malloy's work.
An unfortunate turn of events. Extremely unfortunate. Well, I guess this brings our partnership to an end. What do I owe you?
Another $4,000 and some
What do you
answers.
refer?
Look, Malloy was onto something big. He was just about to tell me until someone turned him into a corkboard. I want to know what happened, but most of all, I want to know what's going on here.
No, don't get into it. Forget this business. Take the money and walk away.
I can take the money and stay in, too.
It's too late. I'm already involved. Now 1, possibly 3 NSA agents are dead. And for some strange reason, they're going to think that I'm involved with all this. And even if I wanted to drop out right now, the odds are they're going to find me and fill me with so much lead, they're going to be able to use me as a pencil. But aside from that, Malloy was onto something big. And those boxes are the key.
You know about the boxes?
Yeah, I told you about it on the phone call.
Well, that puts a different
I asked
light
you
on
about
things,
Emily
doesn't
Sue Patterson's box. And you said, hey, if I bring it to you.
it? Huh? If you insist on staying with this, becoming involved, as you say, I've got to be able to be sure that I can rely on you, trust you. You know, this isn't the kind of thing that you can sort of dabble in and then back away.
Well, normally I do have a little problem with commitment. But on this, I'm in 100%.
All right. Thomas Malloy and I, scientific researchers, were working together in Roswell. And we became friends. Our friendship really developed when we were transferred to China after the great disaster of World War III. After some time, Malloy took me into his confidence and showed me what he'd been secretly working on. Translating ancient alien hieroglyphics, taken from the crash of that Roswell spacecraft.
So you know what it is he was going to tell me?
Maybe has
no,
an
I
idea.
don't think so. Not really. I knew that he'd been, deciphering these ancient hieroglyphics. Some of the symbols that were found there, the dominating symbol seemed to be, or the dominating information seemed to be, that there was a second spacecraft approaching the Earth. And there was a continuing, recurring symbol of a black sun. Mysterious. He didn't get that at all. That really bugged him.
Well, this is all really interesting. But it's not the kind of information somebody kills for.
Tex, screw
Is
your head
it?
on straight! I'm ready to believe there is a second spacecraft down somewhere on this planet Earth unfound. Now, imagine that spacecraft filled with a technology that none of us have ever dreamed of. Imagine what someone would do to obtain that technology. Imagine what the government would do. Wouldn't it be worth killing for?
You've got one of the boxes, don't you?
I do. Receiving it led me to believe that my friend's life was in danger.
Can I
You
see that
probably
box?
know more about the boxes than I do.
Variations on a Chinese puzzle box. Tom had maybe 4, 5, or 6 of them made to his specifications.
I forget exactly how many. I want to say there's
It's some kind of
5.
novelty, I think.
Do you know how to open them?
No, never occurred to me to ask. Now, what do you know about the boxes?
Well, I had one. Then the NSA picked me up. They gave me a choice between giving them the box or having my brains blown out.
Recovering that box has got to be our first priority. Otherwise, I doubt we can continue.
That's not going to be easy. I'll see what I can do.
That's not going to
more
be the
thing.
hardest thing.
You talked a lot about trusting me. Why should I trust you?
Mr. Murphy, I have more money and other vanities than I could possibly ever use. My purpose in being here At the center, if there is a center to all this, is to follow the trail towards which my old friend pointed me.
Since you say you have a bunch of
Don't
money,
know where it will lead, but I intend to reach that end.
and you don't have much of a use for it.
I guess we're in business.
I can inform you of various things
There's
that I can
something
do
about
with said money.
Fitzpatrick that makes me trust him totally, though I have been wrong in that area before. He knows about the boxes, same as Regan does, but their motivations seem to be worlds apart. I figure my best strategy is to stay right here on the middle ground. The fact of the matter is, I want to know what Malloy was going to tell me. That's my motivation. And the first step from here is to recover the box I handed over to the NSA.
You have a fax.
I have a fax.
You have a fax.
Hold on. I'm coming. Don't break on me, fax machine.
Well, I'll be darned. The fax machine still works. Sounds like I got a message on the vid phone.
All right. Let's take a look at this fax.
It looks like my suspicions were correct. Now I'll just have to find out why Horton was posing as the Black Arrow killer.
Tex. I have it on good authority that Dag Horton was an NSA agent and worked under a supervisor named Jackson Cross. Neither agent was officially assigned to work in this part of the country. I'm betting that they have a little something going on the side. I hope this information helps. So basically, Jackson Cross is almost a rogue NSA agent, then.
Hey, Tex. I hate leaving a message, but it's so hard to catch at home. I'm enjoying my vacation, though, well, I'm already getting a little homesick. I hope everything's going well for you, and, well, I just wanted you to know I was thinking about you.
Oh yeah, I'm getting homesick about my newsstand. Although I suppose she's not getting to spend the time with her friends. Let's go to the waterfront warehouse.
When I get to the waterfront warehouse, I'm a little surprised to see it's still standing. From the smell of wet ashes, I'd guess the fire department got here in a hurry. They probably took away the charred bodies of Malloy and those government agents. At least Malloy went quickly. With any luck, I'll find something useful in here. If anything survived the explosion, that is.
Alright, let us save our game. The waterfront. What is this over here?
Some names of Asian cities are printed on this piece of paper. It's just... This flight schedule seems a little too exorbitant to be taken seriously.
Leave India, go to China. Leave India, go to Bangladesh.
Oxygen cylinders. By the sound of Malloy's coughing, he probably used these for medical reasons.
Alright, what are you?
Well, the NSA didn't get all of Malloy's notes. That table had artifacts and relics on it. Looks like the NSA took them all out of here.
Except for this
I wonder what
scrap
this
of
item
paper.
186 is.
Release code 7AC. I'm thinking that's something I'm going to need much later. Anything I can move? Huh. We got a forklift for some reason.
It's just debris.
It's just debris.
A lot of pallets scattered everywhere.
I forget what I'm supposed to find here.
These pallets seem to be a little unsettled.
Ah, hello.
An everlock safe. I seem to recall there's a mathematical relationship to the serial number and the combination to open it.
So I have the business card with the serial number. So let's hope that the answer is literally just adding the numbers together, because that would be nice and convenient. So that would be a 16, 16. Oof. Nope, that's already falling apart. Because 7, 9, and 13? Oof. I guess we can give that a try?
An everlock. An everlock.
So that was... Yeah, I don't think this is the correct answer, but I am going to try it nonetheless. No. Okay. Yeah, what I'm probably supposed to find is that there's a mathematical relationship between the serial number and...
That lamp's scrap iron.
and the safe combination. Now, obviously, it can't be like every single number's on there important. That would be important. It would have to be something that simplifies that into only a few digits.
The explosion sure did a job on these windows. Did improve the view, however.
Actually, hold on. What is the highest number?
An everlock safe. I seem to recall that.
The highest number is 36. So... So it obviously can't be... multiplication based. Okay, so the answer is then not just add everything up and then enter the resulting number. Damn it, Jim, I'm an English major.
An everlock.
Not a math person. So apparently what I needed to do... So I did part of the work. I needed to multiply the numbers and then get their square roots. I had simply forgot about the square root function. I'm sure it will be there for me next time, despite the fact that I had not thought about it. Okay, what does this get me?
It's a scrap of paper with some hand-drawn diagrams on it.
Ooh, and a key.
How nice. I can always use an extra key. This scrap refers to some sort of containment chamber with instructions on how to open it.
Alright. Just go blue cross, yellow circle to open. Obviously. Everybody knows this.
This looks like an old house key.
And I believe that's going to take me back to the garden house. So let's go back to the garden house. Although I suppose that little old lady does not know that Thomas Malloy is dead. Messages from space.
Paperback book's well worn. From the imprints on this page, I'd say Malloy was writing on the title page and then tore it out. Looks like Malloy might have been trying to make an anagram out of the title, There Are Messages from Outer Space.
Well, I can combine There Are Messages from Space with the puzzle book. No, I can't.
Oh, a briefcase. This should be interesting.
There's the Gate of the Sun photo. And then there's Malloy's notebook, which is again written in his second hand.
Can't make out the writing. Looks like some sort of personal shorthand. I wonder. Maybe Regan could figure out some of her father's chicken scratch.
All right. Let us get out of here. Head back to the Ritz. And next time I will pick up with giving Regan a call, seeing if she can help out translate her father's notes. In the meantime, though, got any suggestions for something to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourself a good night.